Raw kicks off with Seth Rollins coming out and talking about losing the tag team titles with Braun Strowman, then retaining his Universal title against him, only to have the Fiend Bray Wyatt attack him after the match. Then Wyatt shows up on the Titantron in Firefly Funhouse and talks about possibly appearing tonight. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode come out, followed by The Revival, and they were about to talk about winning their tag team titles and their matches at Clash of Champions, but Braun Strowman came out and dropped them all. AJ Styles, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versed Eddie Ivar, the Viking Raiders, and Cedric Alexander. The match was okay, and AJ won with a Styles clash on Cedric. After the match, all men kept fighting, and AJ gave Cedric a Styles clash off the second rope. Backstage, R-Truth is at the Women's College Basketball Hall of Fame, and the Mayor of Knoxville County, Glenn Jacobs, says he can show Truth around. Later on, they're at the college football stadium, and Glenn rolls up Truth to win the 24/7 title, but Truth is on top of the Mayor's limo when he gets out of it later, and jumps down and rolls up Glenn to regain the title. Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable in the King of the Ring final, and Corbin wins with End of Days. Backstage, Maria Kanellis reveals her baby is a boy and tells Mike Kanellis that the dad is Ricochet, so Mike slaps Ricochet and offers him out to a match. Ricochet beat Mike with a bash crash freeze and time knee breaker. I forget what it's called, it's a code breaker. After the match, Maria comes out and says Ricochet isn't the father, he's the real one, and Rusev comes out and returns, and he beats up Mike. Then they have a match, and Rusev beats him with a camel clutch. Rey Mysterio versus Cesaro, and Rey wins with this reversal pin. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. Decent match, and Banks wins with a Banks statement on Nikki. After the match, Banks goes to attack Nikki with a chair, but Becky Lynch comes out with a chair as well, and makes the save. Then Bayley gets in the ring with another chair to help Sasha, but Charlotte comes out to save Becky and boots Bayley right in the chair on the ramp, and Becky gives Sasha a couple hits with the chair. Backstage, Sasha Banks says she wants a rematch against Becky at Hell in a Cell, and in a separate promo, Becky accepts. Lacey Evans beat Dana Brooke with a sharpshooter. Seth Rollins vs Bobby Roode with Dolph Ziggler in his corner in the main event. Seth had the match won with a curb stomp, but Dolph attacked Seth before the 3 count could happen, so Seth wins by disqualification. Then AJ Styles, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson come out to also attack Seth. They hit a magic killer on him and a Styles clash. Then Kane comes out to save Seth, but then the Fiend Bray Wyatt appears and attacks Kane, then gets into Rollins' face, and the Firefly Funhouse graphic played for a minute and a half to end Raw. We'll see you next week for the next Rush Raw review.